Hello, hello. I'm going to put on some music while we wait for people to arrive.
Joey Cannoli is a dirtbag. Joey Cannoli took advantage of addicts and disabled people for clicking. I know this doesn't make the news, but he put me on his trains. He was the nightmare from my dreams. He makes a mean joke that ain't bad. His perverted ways puts us in a daze. He makes all computers late. Kay in a thrift store sundress, Helen spinning down my street. Blonde hair pinned with plastic flowers, she laughs and my knees go weak. Painted roses on her shoulder, a little ghost along her thigh. Tiny daggers, cartoon halos, every color screaming shame. Okay, my candy colored chaos, smelling like a lost decade. Porcelain hearts on your dresser, your soft storming lace cake, in pink pin-up armor. All your shadows wear perfume. You're a sweetie in a strange world, and I just wanna live in your room. Yeah. She lines her dolls up on the windows.
Okay, I'm here. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fabulous, what is today? Today's Thursday. It's Mother effing Thursday. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Today I have a couple of topics, and then I figured I would open the panel and let people join. But let me look at what my topic. So today in northern Venezuela, there was a 7.2 earthquake, followed quickly by a twin earthquake, a 7.5 earthquake, which was even more astronomical damage. And right now they're looking at thousands and thousands of casualties and thousands and thousands of injured people, and lots of infrastructures damaged and things. So we should all be sending our prayers to the people of Venezuela. It's really sad. They're already struggling a lot because they have a shitty government over there, and now they have an earthquake to deal with. That's just not fucking fair. It's not right. So my prayers go out to the people of Venezuela. I hope that they're able to rebuild, and I hope that the people can come back from this. It's really scary to hear about. It just happened today. Let me see what else I have. Oh, okay. So there's a messed up story that's circulating the internet right now. So a father got sentenced to only 1 year in jail for incest with his 18-year-old daughter, of whom he got drunk on purpose to where she couldn't walk or talk, and then R-worded her for 4 hours. And 2 months later, she committed, and that's just, he needed life in jail. I'm sorry, 1 year? Like, are women worth nothing? Like, are our bodies worth nothing that you're going to give him 1 year in jail? And she committed suicide over this because that was her father who did that to her. He deserved life in prison. like life in prison. I'm pissed. And also, in other news, Jimmy fucking Fallon sucks. Jimmy Fallon is a drunk. He's a horrible person to be around in the workplace. I've already talked about this on my channel before. He is not a good man. He just plays a nice guy. You don't actually know who he is. He's a horrible person. He cheated on his wife. He had twin daughters with another woman, his wife. And also, he drinks all the time. He's mean to his employees at work. And guess what? He had none other than Conor fucking McGregor. Conor McGregor, the R-worder, who did it so horridly to this woman, so like violently, that her tampon was embedded into her uterus. Her tampon was embedded in her uterus because he R-worded her so violently. Yet Jimmy Fallon is giving him a platform and letting this fucking dirtbag onto his fucking show. You know what? Both of those men can go to hell. I'm sorry. Canceled. Are women really worth nothing? Like, are we worth nothing that to where this can just happen to us and there's no consequences, you know? So she did get a $300,000 payout from McGregor. That's not enough. I was in a fire and I got way more than $300,000. Sorry, $300,000 for getting your tampon embedded into your uterus? I'm sorry. No, that woman should have gotten way more money. That shows you the power that men have in this world. It's really sad. It's like, come on. And especially in the Eastern world, especially in like the Middle East, women have no say. There is a woman in Dubai whose boyfriend assaulted her and beat her so badly she couldn't even see out of one eye. And so she ended up having to stab him to defend herself, and he passed away from those injuries. And now she is facing death by firing squad. Just because it's like, what? It's the Middle East, it's Dubai, so obviously their customs are different. But yeah, women are worth basically nothing. We're property. So yeah, kind of sucks. Anyway, so that's my rants for today. I'm going to drop the link. There's been some fucked up shit in the news, but I would like to do an interview today with a special someone named Captain. I would like to hear some of his most loving and heartwarming stories when he was on the force, and then also some of his scariest stories where he changes the names and the locations and but it's still good for us to hear both sides, because these people that work as our police officers, they have to endure so many things that you couldn't even imagine, but they also get to endure beautiful things, and they get to see the community come together and they get to be a part of that. So that's cool. So there's like ups and downs of being a police officer. It's like a very crazy job, and they end up, they're sober during, like, police officers have to be sober. They have nothing to like rely on to help them get through being a police officer other than alcohol, I think. But like, they're not gonna abuse that, so yeah. Anyways, so I asked Captain behind the scenes if I could interview him. He said yes. I asked Anna behind the scenes if I could interview her. So we got Anna coming on. We got Captain coming on. Let's invite the guests. Copy and paste. There we go. Okay, so I made you guys some AI video or AI pictures. Let me show you. Look at this awesome AI picture I made. That's me with Kevin, our beloved Kevin, in a headlock. That's Dahlia beating the shit out of Boggs. And then that's Anna and Cuddles going at it. Hey, how are you today?
What's going on? How are you?
Let me turn down my fan. I think it's kind of loud. There we go. It's not so loud now.
I couldn't even hear. What is this battle royale in the wrestling ring?
Oh
So I,
yeah, yeah. I took some faces of people that actually show their face a lot, and
okay.
I made them fight each other. And then this one person that I was talking to that upset me really bad, I made all my friends from Freecom beat him up on AI, and it was awesome. I sent it to Kevin. I told Kevin what happened, and then I sent the picture to Kevin. He's like, "Yeah,
So I was going to say, is that Kevin that you're wrestling?
yeah, yeah." No,
Okay.
I sent Kevin all the pictures, and then let me show you this. Loso sent me this video. It's a
Yeah.
little controversial. Let's play it.
Oh. Oh. Et vi gasset. Yeah.
I
Okay,
said
that was funny. He's
that
like,
makes you so happy.
there was a noise, and then he's like, oh, like it
Oh.
startled him. Oh,
It's like
I
a
don't
whoopee
know who
cushion.
you are. Yeah, I'm not entering you because you're not the real boss. Somebody
Yeah, if you don't,
backstage is like wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat and saying they're boss.
nah,
Boss
no.
doesn't wear it.
If you don't know who they are, don't let them on.
Remember, I let that one guy on, and he showed his thing.
That's right. And they're probably looking to do it to you again.
Yeah, Boz said that Boz had that guy going on his channel for like 2 years, and then we put the 2 and 2 together. He was only going on when I was Boz's guest.
Mm-hmm.
So he was after me, which is really scary.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing today?
Today I took the boys to Grandma's to the pool. Me and Grandma swam with the boys and floated them around. I made them dinosaur chicken nuggets and tater tots. And I'll probably make ramen later if they're still awake.
Ramen noodles. They like it.
Oh, Junior, like my oldest, he is obsessed with ramen. But what I do is I sneak healthy things in there. I don't use that seasoning packet. I'll sneak shredded chicken in there, and then I make my own like Alfredo mixed with pureed carrots, pureed peas, like pureed vegetables. He doesn't know, as long as it's mixed in with the noodles.
Okay, so it's like you make it a healthier option.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I like to like disguise the food as junk food, but it's actually healthy, and it looks like I'll use carrots a lot in mac and cheese
Mm-hmm.
because I can sneak it in there. Oh no, there's someone else. Ah!
I see
Okay,
you
there's a
through
naked
that
man backstage.
stuff. Well, at least you're paying attention.
Yeah, I didn't let him on, thank God.
I think the big thing is like you just have to, if you don't know who they are, don't let them in. It's
Yeah,
because you're just inviting trouble for yourself.
I think it was that same man. The
It
wiener
was the,
looks familiar.
with the guy with the mask.
Yeah, I look like him again in a different position. I'm not gonna click on it.
Gotcha.
I'm not looking at it again, so it's gone.
Mhm. So tell me about the drama that's going on. Let's see.
Oh, I feel okay. I will let everybody know. Neil, I love you, but you are fucking up lately. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Neil, you are fucking up lately. You have ostracized your friend Kevin. You have been calling Anna old a lot lately and scrutinizing her and being rude to her, which I don't like. I think you guys should be friends at the very least. Because it's like we're in this community, we all love each other. We should all get along and just be
Mhm.
nice, Get along, be nice. Because there's so many of us that if you're doing that, it's fucking it up for the rest of us. Like, we don't want to sit there and watch you guys fucking fight because we like you guys.
Sure. I mean, yeah. Oh, Anna's backstage for you.
Oh, okay. Let me add her. Not that one. Let's see. Hi, Anna. Let me move this thing. How are you today, Anna? Did you have a good day?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, good. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, guys?
Hello, Anna. How are you?
Yeah, it's fun to be on panel.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, you
And
don't have to carry it
isn't it
yourself.
fun when it's not your panel because you don't
yeah,
have to
yeah, this
control
is
it?
cool. I could just chill, no camera on, just my
Yeah.
photo. Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm doing well. No
Good.
complaints.
Cool.
Was able to hit the gym today. That made me happy.
Yeah.
So
I'm
back to my normal routine, just with the
good.
Band-Aid on my face. That's all.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, when you don't have any health issues, you recover quickly, especially from stuff like that. The skin heals quickly.
I hope so. Yeah. The Aquaphor is your friend.
Yeah, yeah, even here. Yeah, the same
Oh,
thing.
I used it on my neck. Just so you guys
Mhm,
know, I have this burn from the curling iron because my hair is so short. And then I
mhm.
turned my head and I singed myself. It looks like
Oh,
a hickey, so I've been covering it up. It's so embarrassing. But I used that Aquaphor on it and it helped.
yeah.
I don't see anything.
I know I covered it up.
They did a good job.
Thank you.
That's what
Mhm.
they recommend, the Aquaphor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Vaseline, like or you could just use regular Vaseline, believe it or not. And one of the things I didn't know, it prevents infection.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But
didn't know that. It's like a barrier.
yeah, but it depends. Like sometimes you should also use polysporin. It depends, what
Oh, I
kind.
put
Well,
Neosporin and Aquaphor on
Yeah,
mine.
yeah.
they said watch how much you use, though. Don't use too much. So it's use enough, but not too much.
Yeah, it was a little oily in the neck.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
So
today, Captain, I wanted to say I saw a case this week where a father, a daughter reconnected with her estranged father when she was 18 and moved over there to go to college in California. He ended up incesting her when he got her extremely intoxicated and R-worded her for 4 hours, and she couldn't even hardly walk after, and had to have her people pick her up and stuff, and then she suicided 2 months later, and he only got a year in prison. I'm pissed.
Wow.
that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, big time.
A year? He should have got life. He led to the death of a beautiful baby girl.
So I always have stories. So we had one where this girl, she came into the precinct and she was I'm gonna say 16, 17 years old.
Mhm.
And she had been R-word by her father for years. She got pregnant and had a baby by her father.
Oh,
Now you would think
oh
that
God.
the baby would come out, they always say come out retarded or whatever it is, right? Especially if your DNA is too close or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the baby apparently was normal. And so I was speaking to the detectives about it, and they said that this is the crazy part. The father didn't even think there was anything wrong with it. Didn't even
Wow.
bother him that he was with his daughter.
Wow.
Yep,
I say execution.
true story, by the way.
I hate people. But
So
it is
this,
true. Incest is one of the most common ways that children get violated.
did this happen at the time when you
Over
were a cop?
Yeah,
In New York?
yeah. This is going back, and it happened over several years too. It wasn't like a one-time thing. Like he was doing this for years, apparently.
With this one daughter, or did he
Yep,
have more
yep.
than one daughter?
That I don't know. I don't know about any other daughters or anything like that. I was just, but I was told that he was doing that to his daughter for years, and she, I guess, didn't know any better or didn't want to say anything, or
Mhm,
and she ended up getting pregnant and she had a kid
mhm,
with him. That's insane. I would think that you wouldn't be able to carry full term or something would happen. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Exactly.
Again, you learn something new every day, and yeah, she got pregnant and she had a baby with him.
But then what happened? Did she go back home or did he go to jail? What
No,
the
he got
crazy
locked
is?
up. No,
He got locked up.
he
Okay.
was arrested. What happened after that? I couldn't tell you. That
Yeah.
I don't know, right? So it was, the detectives had it or whatever, turned it over to
Hmm.
the district attorney, and I'm sure he spent quite some time in jail over that.
Um,
And as far as the baby goes, I really don't know, and I don't know. So something like that. Anytime you have a juvenile that is, it's CPS, so Child
Hmm.
Protective Services. So they would be called, and then they would do a whole investigation, and then find out from mom, why, how did you not know that your daughter was doing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So they have to try to figure that out. And I don't, again, it wasn't my case or anything like that. I wasn't a detective, but I just
I just saw one where a family all everybody got arrested because the disabled 18-year-old daughter ended or I think she was 18 ended up pregnant, but highly disabled, like nonverbal type,
Mhm.
by her brother, and the parents caught them once together and spanked, like they were talking about, oh, I caught them once, spank. But anyways, they got arrested for neglect and things like that. And then the boy got arrested for incest and all that.
Wow. So is this a burner, Kay? MAGA boss? I'm
I
writing it.
Yeah, I
no,
don't like him.
she already saw him in the back, and he was
He was telling me I need Jesus. I already have Jesus in my heart, sweetheart.
Hmm. Interesting.
I never asked you, Anna, are you religious?
No, I'm spiritual.
Gotcha. I'm not religious
And
either.
that's very spiritual.
I'm very spiritual. Yeah.
When
I
you
was
do
raised
art,
Catholic.
I was hearing you talk about how you can feel so much energy when you start doing your
Yeah.
art. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. In the past, it had gotten quite intense because I usually create my art when I'm alone. Well, actually, all the time. And I love creating either late at night or early in the morning.
Mm. That's your creative time.
Yeah. Yeah. Big time.
Mm.
But I've learned to balance. Maybe it's the inspiration, it's the muse. I've learned to balance it. It took me like a few years,
Mhm.
like at least 3 years to balance it out. But yeah, it had gotten intense at one point.
How often do you do painting?
Well, now I've taken a pause. It's expensive to buy the materials and this and that, and plus I moved into a much smaller space.
Okay.
So I had lots and lots of paintings that I gave away, gifted, because I'm not in the headspace, haha, using that term, to do a third art exhibit. It's way too much work and I just don't feel like it.
Okay.
So I decided to gift my artwork to friends, family, whatever, and now I'm just keeping what I have. It's not for sale, unlike what some people have said. No, one person said I don't
Yeah.
have any art for sale. It's
Mm.
all for me.
I used to be in art galleries
Mhm,
too when I was in high school and
mhm,
college, and um,
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, art exhibits are very expensive to plan when you produce it yourself, which I did in my case,
Yeah,
and
thankfully I
just
didn't have to.
mm, yeah. So that's
But
it.
I
Maybe in
bet
the
so much
future.
work goes into your canvases. Your brushes are so expensive, especially if you
Yeah,
want the good kinds. And
yeah,
then I know you use special paints, you use
yeah,
special products, like
yeah,
everything. You got people need to think about all the time and the energy.
mm,
Plus, you've got to get in the zone to think of what colors you're gonna do. Because for yours, they're more. It's all about color and the way the
yes,
presentation looks, and you have to make sure it's just right to
yeah,
balance it. And
yeah.
I mean, people don't understand how hard abstract is to make it look good.
Yeah. But you know what I've learned? Not everyone does have to understand,
I feel
you'll
like
have people
there's a certain
criticizing and
person
hating
that
on you.
doesn't understand,
Yeah.
and I
Really
really
doesn't.
just wanted to tell him, like, I would never be able to do a piece that Anna can do, like, I
Hmm.
don't think Ye could do a piece that you can do. It's that kinda art is hard to do, like, he doesn't realize that it's
Doesn't
actually very
matter.
hard.
It's coming from a place of sheer ignorance.
Yeah.
and I'd rather not give it attention. But I appreciate you and your feedback and other people's feedback, and even like as for myself, I don't like everyone's artistic expression either.
Yeah,
Like
no, you don't have
sculptures
to
or
like it.
whatever, and there's a
But
way to
everybody should be
communicate
able to
that.
understand the time and energy it takes.
We need
I
to
used to,
respect
I used to
other
have,
people.
because when I was in high school, there was this autistic. It's funny, I manifested having autistic children. I would hang out with the autistic kids sometimes.
Mhm.
Like in art, there was this autistic guy, and he would make the coolest paintings. They were so colorful and they were cartoony and just so different from what
Cool.
anyone else could do because of his
Mhm.
mind. And I mean, my mom and I would take him home because he lived near us, like a few streets away, and we'd take him home from school
Mhm.
after, like, because they stay after school to do art. But like this guy, like he really was amazing at art. And it's funny, some people with disabilities, they have
Mhm.
gifts where they're
Sure.
better than everyone else that's out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, they have heightened artistic abilities.
Mhm.
But I mean, who knows? Because when I'm not painting, I'm writing. When I'm not writing, I'm doing something. I'm always expressing myself creatively. So it's something I need to do all the time.
Yeah, it's good for you. It helps your brain to release
Uh-huh.
dopamine.
Yeah. Right, Captain?
Yes. Well, everybody's got their own opinions.
Yeah.
Captain works out to get that dopamine. That's what helps him get that.
Well, it's funny as you get older, and I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself. I get very stiff, and
Oh.
working out, like it's literally like oil for the joints,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
feel like like less stiff. I like to move. I like that. I love the feeling of sweating.
Yeah, me too.
especially
It
working.
relaxes me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's almost like the shit in your body. But by the way, this isn't true though. But it almost feels like the shit in your body's coming out.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah, you're detoxing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it's actually not true. I thought of that because remember, like when people drink and then they wake up the next day and they're like, "Oh, sit in a sauna and sweat and you'll get rid of all the toxins." You're really not.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
very, very, very little. You're just,
Well, I train 3 times a week. I don't train every day like you do, but I walk every day.
But that's awesome.
Yeah, and like you do a lot of walking, which is really good.
Yeah, every day. It's
It's
part
good
of
for your
me.
body and your blood sugar.
That's why Anna looks so
Yeah.
fit.
Good evening, Peter, and how you doing?
Hey, Peter.
We love
I'm okay.
Peter.
Thank you. Okay.
I'm a little
How's your
bummed out.
garden?
Peter, pumpkin eater.
Did you harvest
What's going on?
anything?
I've been having a rough time. It's just
What's the
been
matter?
rough the last couple of days, man. I tried to fix my bike tire and the inner tube
Oh.
blew on it, and I don't know. I did brand new tire, brand new inner tube. Went to pump it up, blew up. My drone, it won't link up to my phone. And then I got a mole in my pot plants. That's the part that really bums me out. All my cool plants were growing really good. I mean, they were like up like this, and I went out there today, and one of them was drooping. I'm going, holy shit, what's going on? I looked down, and there was a mole going through it.
So what do you do in a case like that? How do you get rid of the mole?
I said to my brother, I said, what are we going to do? Get the garden hose. We'll get the garden hose and we'll drown him out. He said there's more than one.
Oh.
I said, oh,
All I
Jesus.
do is I take the hose and put it down the hole, get it wet, and then he comes up another hole and I catch him. And then I put him in a bucket, drive him to a different place and relocate him.
Oh, I wouldn't reload. They're moles. Ugh.
I just
they're
take them
ugly.
to another asshole's yard, and I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I take it to a field.
So
No,
like
but if
my
somebody
dad-
pissed me off, I should catch like 10 moles and put them in their yard.
My dad, a long time ago, my brother bought my dad's house. I was going to buy it when my dad died, but my brother bought it. So he goes, there's stuff down in the basement. He said, Dad left some stuff down in the basement to kill moles. I said, you kidding me? He says, no, it's like a trap or something. We can trap them. I said, well, God put one out there. He goes, that's what I'm going to do. Because, I was sitting here thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do, man? And then I called him up and he goes, Dad's got that stuff in the basement. I said, okay. He said, I'm going to go out there right now. So tomorrow morning, he'll tell me. Plus, I walked down the alley and picked a whole bunch of raspberries. April, the lady that lives at the end of the alley, she's got all these raspberries growing right next to her house, right in the alley. So I went down and I picked a whole bunch of raspberries. And, then I came home. But yeah, it's been a shitty week, just except for the raspberry. Otherwise, everything's been going great.
What can you do? You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah. It's like 3 days out of this week, it rained. So there was no sunshine. Of course, when there's no sunshine, you know how you get. It's just like,
Yeah,
Gee.
that's true. Yeah, we need the sunshine to feel good.
you got to have it.
Yeah, gotta have the sunshine. John is my sunshine.
I try.
John is my sunshine.
I try. You know what? I try to keep it positive.
Yeah, that's why I like you so much.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
you
trying.
have to.
That's
know?
why
You
I
got
feel
to.
badly about you and Neil.
Oh, don't
And I
feel
understand.
badly. It's all performative. It's all bullshit. I mean, none of it
Yeah.
is real. When
Because I
things
think
are
you're both
real,
really good people.
well, I don't know.
No, I
But
really do. I really do. Like,
that's good. But
I know. I
yeah,
get it.
when things are done that way publicly and all that, none of it is real. I can't take any of that seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Would you have an argument?
unless we have like heartfelt discussions, like yesterday, I may not have had the usual numbers, but man, the heartfelt discussions we had last night on my panel, wow,
You
blew
really
me
enjoyed
I'm
away.
it.
sorry, I
Blew me
fell
away.
asleep at 6 o'clock yesterday.
No, it's okay, but it was just like because as I'm streaming, I'm learning and discovering myself and others, and there are sometimes you have these live streams and you have these heartfelt deep discussions, and I just felt really touched. John shared, Mark shared, Joe shared, Ali shared, and I felt blessed, to be part of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, like every live stream has its own dynamic, and I'm learning that. So thank you for sharing, John, because you
Well,
shared.
you learn about people. Like
Oh
I'm
yeah,
inquisitive. Like like when I ask questions of you, like genuinely interested.
yeah. But
Because
that was
it's like,
heartfelt. That was genuine. This is what I'm trying to say. What
yeah,
Mark
no, I
shared,
appreciate
what you
that.
shared, Ali, that was genuine. That was not performative. That was not bullshit. That was
No, not at
deep,
all.
insightful, and that is what makes me feel connected with people. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Well, this is the other thing. I'm really glad that people are stepping up, taking initiative, like you doing it a few days a week, Kay doing it a few days a
yeah,
week. I'm sure AM will be doing it soon again.
yeah.
Neil throws on some streams. Boz throws on some streams. I think it's just really nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's very communal, and we all have
Mhm,
our own unique style and our own energy. Like I like to call mine the lounge. For me, it's
mhm.
very loungy. Like to have the background music. I'm kind of like discovering who I am too in this context.
Well, I think you really like it, like because I know you're streaming and you've gotten really good at it very quickly.
Yeah, thank you.
And you come up with some different topics
Mm-hmm.
which are not your regular run of the mill
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
topics.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nice.
And
It's
I
just
like this, like, now I'm a guest on Kay's panel and I'm here talking with you, but it's different, I'm a guest. I'm with you and Peter, and we're just sharing,
you're
So it's
not
cool.
carrying. You don't have to worry about carrying the stream.
Exactly. So it's
Mhm.
different.
Less pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, as a teacher, I mean, I've been an educator 28 years, right, to adults. So I'm kind of used to being in the lead that way. It's natural for me.
Mhm.
Um, even in my creative work and stuff. I've had to do that, I'm not afraid of the microphone and stuff. So yeah, that part doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, my son, it was interesting. Like he's always trying new things.
Mhm.
And so for his job, he has to get up and he has to give presentations in front
Mhm.
of,
Mhm.
literal generals. He's got to do it,
Yeah.
which is, can be intimidating to some people.
Mhm.
One of the things he did is he ended up, he does that Toastmasters. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he does Toastmasters. He gets up
Mhm.
there, gives speeches, and
Mhm.
you know, and it's not everybody's good at it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's my wife. She had a girlfriend of hers. She had given a speech.
Mhm.
I can't remember what the context of it was. She spoke in front of all these people, and I was able to watch it. I think it was on YouTube.
Mhm.
Man, she did such a good job. She
Yeah.
really did such a good job, where most people would be really intimidated. I think I would be,
Yeah.
a little bit nervous,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
she was able to do it.
Well, what was the speech about?
It was about her children, and it was something. And this is going back years, Peter. So it's like me remembering the exact speech. I couldn't tell you, but what really struck me was the way she was able to deliver the speech, inject humor into the speech, and
Mhm.
make it relatable to people. So
Okay.
she was able to tie in all different sorts of and layer it really nicely.
Mhm.
And that's a talent.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
Oh, yeah,
Indeed.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Public speaking is an art all in on its own, you know?
mhm.
It's
That's why,
hard. It's very hard.
yeah, like, I'm not
Well,
afraid.
if you know what you want to say, and you want to convey a point, you can pretty much, because you have the floor. And
Mm.
once you have the floor, you can pretty much, dictate, the items that you want to go ahead and elaborate on,
Yeah.
and
It's
put a
like,
little personal feeling into it.
so I watched, and I'm not going to make this political, but I watched Marco Rubio the day that he got approved for. No, just hear me out. The day he got approved as Secretary of State, and he walked into the building, right? And he was surrounded by all the people at Secretary, I guess Secretary of State, whatever the not DOD, whatever,
DOJ.
not DOJ. I can't think of the name of what it was. Anyway, so he gets in there. There's hundreds of people. He gets on a staircase and he ad libs a speech, and it was one of the best speeches I think I've ever heard of somebody not prepared, right? Because it's not an easy thing to do to be able
Mhm.
to get up and talk in front of people, being totally unprepared to do it. Um, and I just remarked to myself, I'm like, Jesus, I can't imagine having the guts to do that, right? And again, this is not political. I don't give a shit if it was a Republican or a Democrat. Getting up there, being able to speak like that, I was just truly impressed.
Guy's an attorney. I mean, think about it, man. When you go into court, it's like matter of factly, and he was probably pretty much matter of factly.
Mm.
Yeah, it
I mean,
was. Yeah, it was
Well, I
impressive.
think a good public speaker has good usage of like the emphatic voice, knowing when to stress, knowing when to emphasize on keywords. And you got to speak like at an even pace, but you can't be flat either, because if you're flat, people are just going to get bored
Yeah,
and
you're
they won't
boring. Yeah.
listen. And it's good to ask questions or make little jokes as well to make sure that your audience is paying attention.
Yeah, you can't be monotone, because if you
Yeah.
start being monotone, then next thing you know is everybody's out there yawning.
Yeah.
So
Or
there has to be
flat.
some emotion, inflection, a little emotion going on.
Inflection, emphatic voice, intonation, a little bit of repetition. Ask, and also look at your audience, ask little questions, make little jokes. You
You
keep
guys ever listen to George Calloway from Great Britain? He has the
No, I've never
George
heard of him.
Calloway. He's a Scotsman, and the
He's
guy
good.
is a great speaker. He used to be in Parliament over there, and he's a matter of factly, populist, just down home kind of guy. I mean, common sense,
Mm-hmm.
and he has the way, he is ours, and he's absolutely. I love listening to the guy because he's articulate as hell. And George Calloway is the mother of all talk shows. If you get a chance to listen to him, he's a pretty great guy, man. Just I'd like to meet the dude. In fact, I was going to call his show one day because I had issues,
Mm-hmm.
about world events, and I thought, well, I'll give George a call, and I couldn't get through. But one of these days, I will get through, and I have a conversation with him. But I love the way he speaks, man. He married some gal from Indonesia, and he has her on the program giving the Indonesian Asian news, which is cool, because you find out what everybody's thinking over in that area.
Oh yeah.
And so, mother of all talk shows, this guy, George Galloway. I used to watch him in Parliament, because I follow politics. I have this proclivity for geopolitics. And so, I was watching Parliament one day. Well, there's George. And he gets, of course, they kicked him out, I mean, they had somebody run against him because they didn't want to hear it. They definitely didn't want to hear George, but George was on point. Most of the time, it was usually common sense. Well, you're never going to get any common sense out of these people because they're all there to enrich themselves anyway. So, but it was pretty funny. But he's got a great show. If you ever get a chance, watch him.
Oh, I see why you deleted Mega Boss. Okay.
Yeah, he was not good. He was bad.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be careful.
Good call.
Hey, you
good
guys
call.
drinking tonight? You having a drink tonight, or are you just teetotaling? Are you having
Diet
tea?
Dr. Pepper.
Diet?
I don't drink when it's just me watching the boys. So unfortunately not me today. But I will when they go to bed smoke this joint here. But that's about it.
Anybody
Yeah, I'm not a
take a nap
drinker.
today?
Have I taken a nap? No, I woke up late. I got to sleep in a little bit.
I
Because
took a nap.
their dad
Okay.
had him this morning and then he went to work. So then I had to get him from school.
So Kay is interviewing myself and John tonight. Is that it?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
add to stage. Hello,
it-
Muddy. How are you? This is a new panelist.
Uh-oh. You're going to get it.
Hello,
Okay.
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. What do you do for fun? Do you collect anything?
Oh gosh, I love rocks. That may sound crazy.
Oh no, I love rocks too. I love rock hounding. I love going out and finding them in nature. It's so much fun. I used to do that before I had kids. I would go rock hounding all the time.
Yeah, well,
I found
I
this-
was the same
found
way.
this
It's like I
rock
love
today.
rocks, and then now my kid is always bringing me rocks, and she's like, "Look at this! Ain't this so cool?" And I'm like, "Oh, great."
Yeah, it's like
I
now
just-
you share your hobby with your kids, so that's good.
I found this rock today. I think it's a cool rock. I mean, it doesn't look so good underneath the light right now, but when I wash it off, it looks really cool.
Oh, cool.
Um,
I find
I pick
rocks
up
that have
rocks, too.
fossils in them.
Yeah. I'll show you one. I'll show you a cool rock. Talking rocks. Check this baby out.
Heck yeah!
My friend Jeff Scheller has these coming up in his yard all over the place. He's got a great big one. It's a big shiny, look at how it is. and you look at this rock and you go, you know, like, what is it? Looks like coal, but it's not. It's a rock, right?
Mhm.
So, like, we started going back into the history of Minnesota, and there was like a volcano over there. Like, who knows, maybe 10,000 years ago. And he's got all these rocks coming up in his yard like this.
That's a nice one.
It is cool, isn't it? I'd like to make a ring out of it or something, you know. I don't know. I'm crazy, man. I pick up rocks. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking that, Dahlia. It looks like an obsidian. Can you show it to us again? Where did you get it?
I got it out of this guy's yard. I got another one too.
So do you know what an obsidian is? Do you know that type
No,
of?
what is it?
Well, I
The
mean,
value of this stuff is wild.
has a
They're
protective
all over the
property.
place.
Wow, that's if it is an obsidian, it's worth quite a
He's
bit of
got one
money.
the size of a bowling ball.
Or it
They
could
said
be
it was
lava
like-
glass, as
Yeah,
Dahlia
I think
said.
that's what it's. Yeah. It's. I bet you could make a ring out of it. I bet you could cut it and make a ring or like a necklace or something.
I think it's nice as it is. I wouldn't cut it up and
Well, I've got two more. Yeah, I went out there and I go,
Nice.
"Can I have another rock?" Yeah, take as many as you want. He goes, "Okay."
I have a lot of selenite in my home.
I have a lot of them. What are they called? Quartz rocks.
Yeah. Yeah. What color?
Those are
White,
cool.
smoky quartz? What kind of quartz do you have?
I find them out in just out of the creeks, and they're all different type of colors. There's pink and silver, and some of them look like rainbow on the inside. Some of them are just black. Some of them are orange.
Nice.
It's like the personality of the earth. You know what I mean? It's like the earth is like alive and it's like it has feelings and it
Absolutely.
makes cool stuff.
Hmm.
Sorry, I had to go get my son a glass of water.
No problem.
I'll go see if I can find one of my rocks real quick. I'll be back.
Oh, obsidian. I love obsidian. Okay, let's see what the comments are.
We're showing rocks. That's cool. That is so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to
I
have a
have
big
lots of
rock
rocks here.
collection.
Yeah.
It's funny, the rocks were one of the only things that survived the big explosion fire I was in. It was just like my rock collection that survived. Even like my wedding ring, my engagement ring, all my gold jewelry, it all like looked black. And this all happened in 2019.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a weird year. And then 2020 happened right after, which was miserable.
Oh yeah, see, here's one of my geodes.
Nice.
Oh wow, let me put you full screen. There we go. Get it.
It's a nice rock.
Ooh, that's
That's a nice piece.
beautiful. I love the crystallizations.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's so bumpy when you touch it.
It is. It
Wow.
feels quite odd.
Where'd
That's
you find it?
awesome.
I just found it at a creek that we went to, and that creek is
Wow.
full of geodes.
That is an incredible creek find. Holy crap. So my mama I was adopted by a Native American woman. She's Yurok and Karuk, and whenever I go to the reservation, you can find like buck tons of like arrowheads so we have this land that's been in my family for thousands of years. It's called Red Cap. And when I go down to the Applegate Creek and to Allen Creek, you can and then there's like the Klamath River that runs by it. You can get so many arrowheads nearby. It's crazy.
Wow.
They're one of the only tribes. So the Yurok, the Karuk, and the Hoopa tribes in California are some of the only tribes that have never been relocated in the entire United States. Like they never had to leave their spot.
That's-
You know what I mean?
I never
Right.
even knew it. School never even taught us that.
Yeah. Yeah, I had
Yeah,
to
they
learn all
never
this
did.
stuff from my mom.
Well, I homeschool my kid, so I'm gonna do research on that and teach her about them.
Yeah, there's so much to learn. There's so many tribes that you like hear about. Of course, you hear about like Cherokee, Apache, Blackfeet, things like that. The big tribes, but there's so many like
Navajo.
little tribes with their own languages and their own cultures. It's amazing.
So, Muddy, you homeschool your kids? That's interesting.
I have
That's really cool.
Yeah, I have one kid. I've homeschooled her since school was, whatever age they consider, which I started her at 2. She is now 9.
Ooh.
And are you planning on homeschooling her until high school or just elementary?
Until
school?
she says, Mom, I want to go to school, but I doubt that ever happened because we have a lot of school shootings and bomb threats and all that bad stuff.
Oh,
Where you located?
Yeah, the United States has a lot of bomb threats and shootings and stuff.
I live
German-
in southern Kentucky, and it's more like
Oh, okay.
teenagers just want to be cool, I guess, and say that they're going to shoot up a school, and then they don't, of course, and then the school goes on lockdown, and every store around it's closed, and all this other. It's just a headache.
I used to play down in Owensboro. You ever been there? Owensboro, Kentucky. I used to pick down that way.
I know where
So do
Owensboro's at. I'm Pulaski County.
do
All
most
right.
parents homeschool in order to ensure safety to their kids, or it's just a minority of parents?
Well, last time, every year in August, you have to go to the school board and
Mhm.
put in a letter saying you're homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, it was last year when I put in for my daughter's 3rd grade lesson,
Mm-hmm.
they said, "Do you know?" Since last year, over 52% of parents decided to homeschool.
Okay,
Yeah.
52%. And do you receive any training on how to homeschool?
No,
your
you don't have
kid?
to have no training. You don't even have to have a high school diploma, but they do when you take your child to the doctor
Uh-huh.
for a yearly checkup, they do evaluate your child to make sure that your child is able to read, able to write, able to speak.
That's good.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not like anybody could do it, because most of the time when you hear about real bad abuse cases, most of the time the children are homeschooled, and it's went on for years.
Yeah, but it's usually like meth heads that just do their meth and they let the kids run wild.
Yeah, and most of them children don't even know how to speak.
It is sad. It's something that's in the Midwest that's very prevalent. I lived in Missouri for a few years when I went to college, and the Midwest has like this thing with methamphetamine, and it's really sad and it's heartbreaking.
It's everywhere. Just like even you send your child to public school, like my sister's kids go to public school, and they come home and they're always talking about these children that are their age, cannot speak, are eating everyone's food from their lunch boxes or digging through the trash for food, and come to find out that it's sad to say, 90% of them, their parents are users.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The gal that used to live here, she rented from me, but we played in the band for a long time. Claire, she told me she was a student teaching up here in Caledonia, Minnesota. She said the kids were just nuts. And she said she tried to go ahead and make any kind of common sense to them. And she said the parents were more loaded on drugs than the kids were. Seriously. I couldn't believe it. She said
And nothing is being
believe it.
done on like with the mayor. I don't know. I don't know. Like no one does anything about it. The school boards, the mayor.
No,
Government.
nothing is ever to be done because where there is drugs, there is money.
Okay.
And that's just how it is because where I grew up,
Mm-hmm.
as a kid, our town was homey and it was all, these older, nice people out at the streets giving you free ice creams. And you walk into a thrift store and you can buy something for 10 cents. And mind you, I'm 27. My hometown was way back.
You're very young.
And then
You're
out of
27.
nowhere, when one of the hospitals shut down and a new clinic opened, a new pain clinic, that's when all this drug issue happened.
Uh-huh.
Everybody who went in that clinic came out an addict.
Oh, did
Yeah.
they get that free stuff called methadone?
Well, it's like Suboxone. They say, oh, it gets
Yeah.
you off of meth, it gets you off of this, it gets you off
No,
of that.
that's a whole nother drug.
But then
Yeah.
you're addicted to Suboxone.
So they're
But you
allowing the drugs because there's money to be made.
Yep.
Exactly. That's all they care about. It's money, money, money. They don't care about lives that are lost, families that are torn apart, businesses that are torn apart because of drugs. They don't care
Who's
about none of
making the
that.
money? Isn't it the drug dealers making the money, or is it the government?
Well, if you
Government.
think about it, okay,
Mhm.
everything goes back to the government.
Yep.
Mhm.
School
Literally.
boards here in the United States are governments. All you have
Yeah,
to do is go
it's
to the
government fueled.
United States Census. Yeah, they're all governments. That's how they can build people on their property tax. It's because they're
All
a
I
government.
have to do is look at Waco, Texas, and I remember how fucked up the government is.
But that's like
Yeah, they're all there.
when you buy a home, you have to pay taxes every year. When you buy land, you have to pay taxes every year. You don't own
Every
that
year.
because if you miss the payment, guess what happens? The government takes it.
Puts a lien on you.
Well,
Oh,
everyone
they'll come
pays
in and
tax.
they'll straight up put your home for auction. You miss
Yeah.
2 payments. That's it.
What's the percentage of
depends, though.
taxes that you pay?
It depends on if you're a judicial state or a non-judicial state. If you're a non-judicial state, the sheriff can come in there and just hand you a warrant. But if you're a judicial state, they have to bring cause because I've been through it. And I do. I go to court and I make a case.
But
over
property taxes are to be expected if you own a
Well,
home.
they tried to tell my
Well,
husband
not
that
really.
1 acre of land was worth $35,000.
God.
1 acre had a tore down house,
Uh-huh.
overgrown, just literally 1 acre. $35,000. They told him that, which means he has to pay the taxes on it.
Yeah.
And he called them and told them, he said, do you guys not realize what you're looking at? There is no home on that land. The home that's on it is rubble. It's not even considered a home anymore. It's overgrown. And they was like, oh yeah, we can get that down to 5,000, which is what he paid for 1 acre of land.
Yeah, and here's the thing about property tax, which is beautiful, which is really a screw. It's like the county charges you the property tax, but there's no property tax office. So you can't bring cause of action against the county. And the city's collecting for the county, and there's no property tax office down there. So where do you have to go? State capitol. You have to go to the state capitol because they have a property tax office, and it's never open. So I mean, it's good luck. Good luck with this. This is the biggest screw job I've ever seen in my life, man. I paid for this house 10 times. Well, more than that, probably 50 times.
So let's say you own a property of 200,000 and it's in a safe district. What's the percentage of property taxes that you pay?
It's about $5,000 a month or $5,000 a year. Easy.
5 grand. Okay. What
That's-
about
that's-
where you're at,
That's
Marty?
medium.
Uh-huh.
It's the same, if not more.
And they'll raise it.
Yeah, every year. As soon as taxes are done, that's when they start poking and prodding at your home taxes and your home value.
I got
That's
on the
like
radio
trailer
one time.
tax. We own a mobile home, a trailer, just because it is newer model. We paid $17,000 for it. We got lucky because we knew the people. Good home,
Right.
good shape, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the taxes on it is anywhere between $200 to $800 a year, depending on what they want to charge. It's
So you
never
pay
the same.
anywhere from $200 to $800 a year. Did I understand correctly?
And they'll raise it. They'll raise it.
But that
they'll
Yeah,
sounds more
it depends
reasonable.
on, it's different every year. First year, when the tax, when it was switched over to the new ownership,
Mhm.
was $200. Then
Yeah.
the next year it was 4 something. Then the year after it was 6 something, and it just keeps going up. And I don't want to see next year's.
Well, I tell you, I lived on Long Island, and 11 years ago, my taxes were $12,000 a year. I would imagine they're at least $18,000 to $20,000 now.
And what is the
Yeah,
reason
easy,
for that?
easy.
It's like these homes ain't made of gold.
No, Long Island they are.
Well, it depends the area he was in and the value of his
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, but even
Well,
still, it's just a structure.
Man.
Yeah.
Defies logic. It's
No, Peter, the scary part is that was maybe an average tax.
yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't anything like, oh my God, that's like super expensive comparatively. Like when you think of there was other houses that blew mine away in terms of the amount of taxes they had to pay. But that's New York for you. I mean, it's
New York is
Oh,
expensive.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Wisconsin really isn't any better. If they could
No, if
charge
I ever
more,
have
they
to
would-
go to
what
New
would
York, I'm gonna
BDS
live
say?
in a cardboard box.
They would try to tax you on that if they could.
Shit.
We have it good in Canada.
Canada's good. Hey, I like Canada. Man, Canadians, man, are cool, man. Every fucking Canadian I ever met was cool as shit. Highly intuitive. They know law. The average Canadian person knows law. Learned a lot, because at one time, man, I brought cause of action. Of course, I come from a family of lawyers, but
Mm-hmm.
I do it by myself. I don't really need an attorney, although I'll have one next to me just in case, but rules. When you go to court, you have to follow the rules. A lot of people don't know that, but if more people actually read the rules, it'd be a different country. But nobody reads the rules. They just automatically go to somebody and go, oh, it's like a doctor. You never met the guy before in your life, but you're trusting your entire healthcare to some guy who might have, passed medical school with a D-. So, yeah. But yeah, if more people would read the rules of court, you would find out that you have a chance.
Well, if you're in court, you have to respect the rules. You have no choice. There's a judge in the court.
Yeah, but nobody knows the rules.
Well,
I
too,
mean-
it's like my husband is 41, and when our internet bill goes up after they, apparently signed a deal where it's not allowed to go up, he calls them and reminds them,
Mm-hmm.
and they lower it back down and don't charge us. And just like with the property tax, they tried to up it, and he called them and reminded them the value. He said, you don't have to let them do that to you. He said, unless you want them to. He said, most people don't know that you can call them and argue with them,
Yeah.
and they will understand.
Yeah, I do it. I do it all the time. But you know where they're getting a lot of people? A lot of people buy homes, and then their property taxes are included in the payment that they're making to the bank. So you got two
Yes, it's
separate
included in your
entities.
mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a lot of
Right.
people don't even realize what their property taxes are, you know what I mean? Like the totality of them
Right.
are.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Right.
like, oh, well, my mortgage went up an extra $50 a month. And it's, but that's your taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I heard in the city that if you plant a shrub that has beautiful flowers, that ups your property taxes
Really?
Oh, really?
because it ups the value. It looks more presentable or whatever, and that you have to pay taxes on that shrub that is in your yard.
Did
That
you know
is
when I was
amazing.
in a fire, the trees in my yard were worth like 10 grand
Oh,
for the
It's ri-
insurance?
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, each tree, each bush, they're worth like a lot of money. So it's kind of nice. So plant lots of trees and bushes.
Okay.
so the rules are the same across the states, or do you have different rules?
No, different rules in different states, different rules in different counties.
Okay.
Different
Same,
strokes for
same,
different folks.
Oh, there's all
same.
different
I
sets
think
of
New York
rules.
is very similar to Montreal.
I like how
Definitely the same racket.
California has the most special needs care of any state. They're so attentive to their autistic people, and that's why I'm staying in California. Oregon is very shitty, the care you can get for your autistic family members.
Mm.
I'm from Oregon, and I'm so glad I live in California because it's much better here. And there's literal special needs school systems in each district for the autistic.
If I would have to move to the States, I would live in Boston. I've always loved Boston.
That's so cool. They have the best pie, Boston
I
cream
like the
pie.
people there. Yeah.
High taxes. High taxes and what do you get? Nothing.
Oh,
Get nothing.
Oh yeah, Massachusetts has like the highest. No, it might be Maryland with the highest taxes of any state. Yeah, the East Coast, you're gonna get fucked in the ass wherever you live.
Oh, big time. It's the same racket. Everybody says, "Oh, it differs state to state." No, it's the same racket.
I think if you live in New Hampshire, you will get on the East Coast. New Hampshire and Connecticut have the least taxes.
South Dakota doesn't have
But
any
Miss
sales tax.
Giaconda, she needs a place with a good metro system, good city for her spirits and for her to thrive.
you're funny.
Well, Anna, do you drive or do you take the subways and buses?
I don't drive. No.
Okay.
So I
So
I
walk
knew
and I
this
take the
about
subway.
Anna, but
I did not
yeah.
know that. So do you?
Yeah.
Have you ever driven? Have you ever had a license?
No, I don't have a license. That's why I don't drive. Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Okay.
I have the
were you ever
fear of
motivated to do it?
driving. Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
have
great.
a license either because I'm scared of driving.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't drive till I was 28, but like I'm autistic and ADHD, so I have really bad attention span. Plus, I get anxiety. Can I play you a video right now, Muddy? Can you tell me if this guy farted or not? Because we can't really tell if it was
Oh my
actually
gosh.
him.
Oh. Oh. Evighet. Yeah.
Did he fart or was it just us?
Yeah, he definitely ripped his ass.
Yeah, it was loud. I think it even startled him a bit.
It's like
That's
he
what
was
you
trying to
call
start a
squeezing
tractor.
cheese. That's squeezing
You found
cheese,
it.
man.
It sounded like a cougar was in his kitchen growling.
I bet that right there, I bet it itched when it dried.
I bet. But I played that for Dahlia. She asked to play the fart video.
Do you know Muddy, Kay?
No, we just met today.
Oh. Okay. I thought she's a friend of yours. Okay.
No, people find us through the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah,
Okay.
your channel was recommended to me.
That's
Oh, wow.
awesome. We're a really nice community of a bunch of people that like to joke and have fun.
Yeah, we're pretty laid back, I
Especially
think.
Peter the musician. He likes to joke
We're,
and
pre-
have fun.
we're pretty laid back, I think. That's what I like. I like it when it's laid back and easy.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I am. I cannot do live stream. I've been on many live streams and I've been kicked off many.
Oh no!
Sometimes I've been kicked off of them because I was white. Sometimes I've been kicked off them because they said they could not understand the way I speak.
Oh.
Oh, that
I've
makes
been-
sense.
I've been kicked off of them because I live in Kentucky. I've been kicked off of them because mine and my husband's age gap. And that was, I said, all I
Okay,
want to do is make friends.
we welcome people here, especially if they're really nice.
Well,
We
There's
welcome
Frager,
there's nothing
all
wrong
my
with an age
friends.
gap.
All
Who
my
cares?
friends welcomed Peter, and I brought Peter from a different community.
Uh,
Some people have issues,
okay.
and others don't. Others don't give a shit.
Why would she get kicked off a live stream because of the age gap between her and her husband? That's weird.
well, it's like
That is weird.
I seen a comment earlier when I mentioned it. I didn't even realize that I mentioned it, but
Mhm.
said 27 and 41.
Okay,
That's not bad.
that's not bad.
That's not bad.
We've been together for so many. I can't tell you. If I tell you the many years, then people's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, that's awful." We're still together, okay?
Mhm.
We got a child
Cool.
together. The only man I ever been with, the only man I ever slept with. I'm proud of it, and ain't nobody can take that away from me.
That's
cool.
good that you've set your sights on what you want, and you're not gonna leave what you want. Which
Yeah,
is
I mean, my husband
family
works.
and love.
Yep, my husband works 12 to 16 hours a day to provide for me and our daughter. I am lucky to be
Do
a
you
stay-at-home
make him
mom because of
yummy?
him.
Do you cook yummy meals like good
Oh
dinners?
gosh, I cook everything. I cook what you could list off some things. I cook soup, bean dinner. I cook
Do
fried
you
chicken
love fried
dinners.
chicken? Oh my god, fried chicken? Yes, I love fried chicken. That's like
Oh,
my
we have
favorite. It's my
fresh
guilty
caught
pleasure.
catfish dinners. We have deer.
With sweet potatoes? With sweet
We
potatoes?
everything.
Delicious. See, that's
So
a
you
good
have a very
mama.
traditional marriage, right?
Yes,
Why not?
I cook. I clean. I take care of our
And you
child.
take
That's
care.
you are
Which
a good
means I
mama.
teach our
You're
child.
taking care. You
So
take
he's the breadwinner.
not only are you
Okay.
taking care of your child, you're taking care of a man who has to work a lot. So you're helping him because he wouldn't. It would be hard for him to try to find himself something to cook for dinner, and because he's so tired when he gets home. So that
That
in
man
turn
would
helps
live off a
him.
can of Viney weenies and
Yeah,
pinto
no,
beans
that's not healthy.
or a bologna sandwich.
Yeah,
What's that?
no.
What's a Malone sandwich?
I love a bologna sandwich. Sometimes we have
Bologna.
that as a treat on the weekend. If I don't feel like cooking a big meal, we have a fried bologna sandwich with some fried eggs and some chips on the side.
Okay.
But I
Bologna's
do cook.
delicious.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love
Know what I
cooking.
had? Know what I had for breakfast?
What'd you have? Peter can cook.
Vanilla ice cream with a bunch of April's raspberries.
You're funny. Peter's hilarious.
I just did. And I couldn't help it. He was sitting here and we were having, he calls me up. He goes, "You got coffee?" I said, "Yeah." So he comes over, we're drinking coffee. He said, "I got to tell you, I got a refrigerator full of those raspberries down there. You want some ice cream?" He goes, "Yeah." Oh, that's what we had. Of course, we're a couple of old farts, so we don't care. We can eat anything. And had a big old pile of ice cream and a bunch of raspberries on it. And then
So
we went
Muddy-
off and had a good day.
I have a question for Muddy. So when you had your child, you were because you said you're 27, so you were 19,
Mhm.
correct?
I just seen the comment. I was 18. My husband was 32.
Okay. Okay, nice.
We got together
I'm
when I was
glad he-
17. Okay, it was. The people don't realize that it was different where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
It's legal there. Yeah, I know.
We had
I
permission
lived
from
in the
my
Midwest.
parents.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, so he stepped up and he actually married you and took care of the child and he
Oh,
works for you. That's
okay, well,
amazing. Because I'll tell you,
I'll
I
put
had
it.
an opposite experience. When I was 17, 18, I was with a 32-year-old, exact same age. He took advantage of me and it was bad. But I'm
Well, see,
so glad yours stepped up.
yeah,
and
well,
didn't take
this is the
advantage.
difference, okay? Is I was 17 and he was, I think, when we first met, he was 29. I didn't pay no attention to him, didn't do nothing. Well, my cousin, who was a male, was friends with him, told him I was 22-year-old.
Oh,
That's the only
Oh,
reason he
you're
pursued
sweet.
me.
You little bullshitter, you.
And I'm very mature for my age. Always have been because been through a lot of, packing wood out the rough. Like my dad had daughters. He wished he had sons, but he had daughters. So he treated us as men and we matured a lot faster than everybody else. And when I met my husband, I was like, nah, I don't want you. You too old. He kept pursuing me, and I said, "Oh, you're weird, you're a creep or whatever." Well, then I started getting kind of fond of him, and then he asked me out, and I said, "Yeah." And then he said, "Well, I need to know your actual age because," which is my cousin, said, he said you're 22, but he says you're 21. I said, "I am 17," and he quit talking to me for 2 or 3 days, and I had
Because
to
you
tell
could have gotten
him.
in trouble, right? Is that it? Like, what are the
Well,
laws
he
in your
said,
state?
I had to remind him. I said, in the state of Kentucky, without parental consent, you are
Mhm.
not allowed to date me because I am 17. I said, but my parents like you. They've already known him for years because he's always been a hardworking person, had his own home, had his own vehicle, had a stable job, and he pursued it. We pursued it. 10 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
I've
go.
never
There
been
you
with no
have it.
other man
Well,
other
and
than him.
I'm happy it worked out. That's really good that you guys were able to
Congratulations.
find
That's
each
what I
other.
say.
People feel so, they make me feel awful about it.
Don't feel awful. You didn't do anything wrong at all. You just
Don't
found
even
love.
listen
That's
to him.
it.
So you're
Don't
married?
even
You
listen
live
to
in
him.
a different area
Are
from
you
most
married,
people.
Maddie?
I'm married. I've been married for 10 years.
So
Yeah,
that's
Well,
fine.
Maddie,
no,
You're
I
living
can't say 10
Maddie
years.
lives in the South and the Midwest.
I've
Like
been
it's a
with him for
different way.
10
It's a
years.
different way of life.
We've been married since 2018.
All right. So that's
See,
fine.
when
That's
I went
That's
to
all right.
college in Missouri, I met a girl that lived in the same town as me. She was a sweetheart. I met her at Sonic because she worked there, and she's 16. She got married at 16, and now she's still married, and it's been 10 years later, like more than
Yeah.
10 years. It happens. I think it's a different way of life when it comes to the South and the Midwest.
It is because, when mine and my husband's relationship was out in the open after my parents gave full permission, that's all that mattered. And when the other family found out, they was going crazy. They was like, why would you ever let this happen? And this and that. And then my grandma and my papa stood up and said, you know what? If it wasn't for a 16-year-old and a 32-year-old, none of y'all would ever happened.
Yeah,
And
it's a problem
everybody
right
shut their
there.
mouth.
Rules, regulations, standards, procedures, terms, conditions, policy, all that bullshit doesn't come in because, when love comes into the picture,
Hmm.
all goes out the door. All that bullshit goes out the door. Everybody's got this preconceived idea of what they're supposed to follow. I got to follow this rule. No, you don't have to follow any rules. Nobody came here with any rules on them. It's society, man. It's that weird society shit that goes on. And they're always pointing the finger. Everybody wants to point the finger. Well, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do. Oh, that's not right. This is no bullshit.
I agree. I agree 100% because I was never attracted to boys. I was only ever attracted to men. And I thought something was wrong with me for being attracted to men instead of boys my age.
Okay.
What come to find out is all I ever seeked for was stability because my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad worked his hind end off. He was a sawmill worker and then worked in the log woods. I didn't want a boy. I wanted a man.
I've been to Kentucky. It's a cool state. And the folks are nice down there. Down home. But I always find cool people. Wherever I go, I always find cool people. So
Dahlia, what is this lawsuit saying? And good that you keep timing him out. Annoying. Hey, John, I posted something in the studio chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do y'all have any pets?
That's a good question. Do we have pets? I had an English bulldog, but she passed away in 2014. We had her for 15 years.
I love
You haven't
those
had
little
a
English
pet
bulldog.
since then?
No, probably never will. It was
Oh,
too
you-
painful to lose her.
We need to open
Yep.
your horizons because I bet there's a dog out there calling your name.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet to say that. Well, I live alone. I've been alone for a few years, and I kind of want to share the experience with a partner if I own a pet because I'm always in and out of the house. I'm very busy.
Oh, okay.
So it would be unfair to raise the dog. 'Cause I see it as a child, right? You're raising the child alone. So if I'm gone like for 10 hours a day, that's unfair to the dog.
I had a rabbit once.
Oh yeah, the
Panther.
rabbits are so cute. They're very
He was
independent,
a,
aren't they?
oh man, he was the best rabbit, man.
They can stay
Oh, I
alone. I
love
think.
this story. I know about Peter's rabbit.
He was a
Peter,
good
tell them
rabbit.
about your rabbit.
Does it have a really I hope it doesn't have a tragic ending.
No, I'll tell you what happened to Rat. Well, he finally tipped over because he was a dwarf money. But he used to come and he would run up he would run on my leg
Uh-huh.
and run around my
was
shoulder and
attached
sit
to
on my
you.
shoulder and then watch TV.
Uh-huh.
And then he would run down my other leg and then he would come out in the kitchen. Over here, I had a cage for him and he would go in his cage and eat chow. Never pooped anywhere. Well, then one day my wife came down and she goes, something's wrong. And I go, well, what happened? And she goes, he's not moving. So I went over and he was stiff as hell. So I took his little legs and I moved them back and forth like this. And I took his back legs and moved them back and forth like that, not too hard. And I took his little head and moved it back and forth like this.
Mhm.
And I laid him back down. I said, he's stiff, hon. And she said, well, let's go to the mall. And so we went to the mall. And when we came back, he was sitting up. And so he lasted for another 2 or 3 years, but he was blind in one eye. I think it was that she got a salt lick from another lady that had a rabbit. And I think that salt lick made him sick. And then he finally tipped over one day and I buried him out by the garage. And he had a broken leg at one time because we got him. We picked him up from her daughter, and they stepped on him when they were moving, and so it cost us. Yeah, it cost us about $150 to get his leg set because we took him to the vet because it was like we couldn't let our little bun bunny, man. Yeah, so we got his leg fixed, and after that he was okay. But then when he got sick at one time, after that, he could only go around in a circle. And then he got paranoid too. It's like he wouldn't come back in the living room and he wouldn't come back in the dining room. And
Did he
wouldn't
have
go in again.
neurological damage, maybe?
Yeah, it was from that salt lick. It made him sick. The only reason he came back around is because we wanted him to live so bad because we love that little fucking buddy, man. He was such a good guy.
Well, I didn't know that
finally-
rabbits were clingy. I thought they were independent. I stand corrected.
Oh man,
Yeah.
he was the best. He was the best. I wrote a song about him. I put it on YouTube. Bun Bun Bunny.
Oh
He's
my
a little
God,
black and
we'll
white.
have to play it sometime. I'm so excited for you to start your own open panel lives, Peter. Have you done that yet?
No, I'm getting ready to. That's why I'm trying to get my drone running, man. You know, because I
I'm
wanted it to follow
excited
me.
for you. If you need
I
any
wanted.
help or anything, you can ask Celeste for my number. She'll give it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if
Because
you need
I'm
any help,
going to.
I'll be there to help.
I want to melt copper. I'm going to melt some copper down because the rock lady, man, I know she would like that because I melt metal. And
Oh,
yeah. And then when fall comes around, we're going to get on the grass cutter, which is a huge. My brother has this huge grass cutter, and I'm going to have the drone follow us around while we're cutting the grass because it's Minnesota prairie grass, so it's really high. And you know, then we'll all have a beer afterwards, you know, and talk. And
So
plus,
your new guest left. Okay.
that's okay. That's okay. So Captain, can you tell us one of your most grotesque discoveries? Because let me tell you, today I watched a video where a obvious meth head was living in his mom's house. People filed a missing person on his mom, so they did a welfare check. They went in, and the cop was smart enough and had the spidey senses to check the large freezer and found her body parts in there. Have you discovered anything like that?
No. No. I mean, obviously, I've seen dead people that were dead for weeks in an apartment and stuff like that. Yes, that's
Okay.
it's pretty
I'm
gross.
really glad you didn't have to do any of that freezer stuff.
I've never found anybody in a freezer.
That's great. Thank God.
it's got to be smelly walking in on dead people after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
One time I left chicken in my freezer of my RV, and after we went camping, I used to have an RV with my ex, and we left chicken in there, and it smelled so bad when I finally realized that I left it in there. I think that's what a dead body smells like.
No. The worst one I ever went to, the girl. She was an overweight female, and she was in her 30s, and she must have had a heart attack, and she was completely naked,
Oh no.
and she was wedged between the bed and the night table, and
Wow.
she had a line of shit out of her ass.
Oh my God.
Well,
Um,
yeah, you know, yeah.
your body releases your body
Yeah, it
releases
does.
everything.
Yeah, as soon as you're done.
And she was dead for weeks, and she was no longer like, well, she was recognizable in the
Mhm.
fact that, you know, you could tell it was a human, but her skin was all sorts of. So what happens is your blood pools when you die,
Mhm.
and so like if you're leaning on something, like, you know, your blood will go to wherever you're leaning. And so she was all discolored and everything else like that. It's a really weird looking, you know, scene. But anyway, so I had to, you know, I'm in the room and everything, and I remember just my head like leaning out I had to put my head out the window because I wanted to vomit so bad because the smell was really bad. And then you know, we closed it up, and we had to wait for the medical examiner because of her age. She was, like I said, very young, even though she was obese. That, you know, they're gonna check on that. They're not just gonna take that as you know, fact that she dropped dead of a heart attack. They're gonna look at her. And I remember her father being there, because, you know, so she had lived on her own or whatever. The father came over, and I don't remember if it was him who discovered her or somebody else had discovered her. And I just remember saying, I said, please don't go into the room. Please don't go in the room. Like, just stay out of the room. It's not worth it. It was so gross. I don't know how to describe it. The smell was so bad. Yeah. You know,
That's cool, man. That's a hard one to take there, man.
yeah.
Jeez.
And then, you know, and then burning bodies and stuff like that. Like, that's, you know, they have you could tell, I mean, the smell.
Hi.
Yeah.
Stuff that's, you know,
Okay.
Stays with you.
Muddy
Yeah.
wrote. Muddy wrote in the studio chat. She said that she's backstage. So
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, I don't
She-
see her.
well, she just put a message. I somehow removed myself from the stream. I'm backstage, so I don't know. I've never
Oh, I don't
experienced that,
see
so I
my.
don't know what to do. Huh?
Okay, I don't see you in the backstage. She must have left again.
Yeah. Just
So
so
you know what's an interesting one, Kay? When
What?
somebody's been dead in the water for
Oh my god.
for days.
Oh, I know the water bodies look so terrible.
Well, they blow up. They get
Yeah, they
all
really
blow-
do.
right, and then if you touch them, they can explode.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why like when you find a body in the water, like the if you watch Adventures with Purpose or the people that do the sonar to find bodies missing people in bodies of water, they always try to cover it up or don't open the vehicle that they're in because the bodies are bad.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, and you wouldn't expect it, but we
It's
had a
really
body of
fun.
water where we were, and very so like the other thing too is we had bridges, and people once in a while somebody would commit suicide and jump over a bridge or whatever, and
Oh my goodness.
usually they're able to find a body really quickly, but if they what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like if they just did it by them, like if they went there by themselves and no one knew or whatever, or they didn't have a car, or maybe at that point they could be dead for days. But normally, they would have a car there and they would know that, hey, this person drove on the car, they got out on the bridge and then jumped to their death.
Oh
Suicide.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You know what blows my mind about them, like find and recover people, is 20-year-old case is solved in 2 days.
I know. I love these people that just volunteer to go in with their sonar equipment. It's so special because the police don't even have this equipment.
Yeah, and most of the time it's so close to home or their way to work or whatever.
Just be careful, everyone that follows Adventures with Purpose. The main guy, actually, when he was 18, he R-worded his 9-year-old cousin and was in a lawsuit with that said cousin.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's not a good person. That's why all the men left and started their own channels, like Depths with Purpose and things like that. There's plenty of side channels that still do it and find people.
Wow.
I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah, they all left him years ago. This happened a few years ago.
Gosh almighty, that you can never find. It's hard to find a good person nowadays.
And the bad thing, another bad thing about him was he wasn't paying any of the guys working with him to help him. He was the only one getting paid. He was making all the profits, and none of these other men were making any money off of it, and yet they were donating all this time to it. They should have gotten compensated a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, he's fucked up. Don't follow him, everybody.
I don't even know him, man. I don't like those death channels, man. It's weird.
I don't mess with no child. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that guy, but he blamed it, like when he came out with his apology, he blamed it on his bad childhood, but still you were an adult when you did that.
Yeah, there's no excuse for it. Trying to make excuses make it sound better. It doesn't.
Man, that bad
You know what's
childhood
really
excuse,
bad?
man. Come on, man.
She was describing it in her lawsuit that he was in the loft of their, you know how a truck driver's truck has a bed above the truck? He was in there doing that while grandma and grandpa were in the seats of the truck. Isn't that horrible?
Oh, God. Unbelievable.
I know. People are just terrible.
So that shit just you just look back and go, "Oh, I am. Oh, come on, man. Crazy."
So, Captain, did you ever have a moment where you felt like, oh my God, this is what I was meant to do? I'm helping so many people. Did you ever have a moment where you were at a gathering or an organization that had just helped people and you got to see people be moved?
Oh, for me, I always just wanted to help people, and I didn't take that job to. By the way, I'm sorry, I'm folding laundry, so I hope it's not too loud.
No,
Um,
you're good.
yeah. No, I just I've always helped people. I mean, even to this day, I still help people. I can't help myself. Sometimes they turn around and say you shouldn't. You should just mind your goddamn business and not help anybody. But I've just been unable to not do that. But as far as like a moment that goes, I mean, listen, I mean, that's just part of what you do, and you do it constantly. So you're always helping people. So, I mean, people don't realize that. They think all you do is arrest people or whatever, or you're this this Gestapo kind of thing. And it couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, the majority of your day is spent helping people.
That's awesome. Because, like,
Yeah,
I've
and you
seen
do get a lot of
cases,
satisfaction out of it too. I mean, when you help somebody, you get, people. Well, like, put it this way, I've probably helped out thousands of people in my life.
that's
Um,
good.
yeah, over time, right? I mean, when you do over 20 years and you're answering hundreds of calls every month, and you add that up, and the majority of those calls, you're doing something. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, one of the things people don't realize is, like, you're normally meeting somebody at the worst possible time in their life.
That's
At
what I
that
was telling you the
particular
other
moment.
day. I was like, I read this that the police officers say that it's the worst day of the other person's life.
Correct. And you're looking at it as a cop as just another call. But to that person, it's not another call. To that person, it's something very, very important. Whereas, like, for instance, like if I would go to a domestic, right? Like, people would start telling me, like, oh, this happened, that happened, and everything. And I'm not even listening to it. I hate to say it like that, but after time, you're listening to, is this an arrest? Is it not an arrest? What are we going to do with, this in this situation? What reports are we going to make? You don't think about, like, you don't care that somebody's cheating on somebody. You don't care that somebody has an alcohol problem. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't fix everything, so it's,
So what you're doing is looking to make an arrest.
no,
Either
no,
looking to
not
make an
at all.
arrest.
No, but, like, for instance, like, somebody's telling you something and then you have a must arrest, right? For instance, like, a woman says, and I'm making it up that it's a woman, but a woman says, my husband grabbed me by the neck and I have these, I have these bruises on my neck or whatever. There's no choice at that point. There's no, well, we'll let him go. And then, hopefully nothing will happen. Like, literally, like, something like that happens, you're going to jail. And it's not personal.
So
But
what
it's
happens if
it's not
she's
like we're
lying?
looking to do that. Like, we'd rather not have to do that. But,
So what happens if she's lying?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
it's very, I tell you, I'll never forget. This is the craziest one. So we had, and I felt so bad. We had two professors. This is the craziest thing, like, professors. And she was older than he was, and he was very nerdy. And by the way, she was nerdy as well. She had an order of protection against him, I believe it was, and they had certain in the areas in the house that they were allowed to go. I don't know how a judge even signed off on that. It was the most ridiculous thing in the world. And this guy, she had called, he was in another area of the house that he wasn't supposed to be, and she called, and there's no way of proving that. How the fuck would you ever prove that, right? And I remember they locked him up, and I'm like, Jesus, I felt, and so it wasn't my case, it was somebody else's case, and I'm just sitting there saying, like, man, you got to talk to the district attorney. And I think they threw it out, but I was like, what a fucking bitch, man. Like, I couldn't believe it. Remember that movie War of the Roses?
That fucking judge was an idiot.
Yeah,
what kind of a judge ruled me?
I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe it.
That kind of shit in the judicial system irritates the shit out of me, because where did you come up with that? Half of the house is hers and the other half is yours.
Can I tell you, in all my years, that was the first and only time I ran into a situation like that.
I feel sorry for you, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I felt really bad. I mean, this guy was getting locked up for it. And don't get me wrong, like, a lot of times, like, domestics, you'd have, like, the lawyer would say to the client they had, listen, you have any kind of argument, you call the cops, and then the cops are going to remove him or her, depending on the situation, out of the house. And you always feel like, there are domestics where somebody's getting the shit kicked out of them, and you want to do the right thing and deal with it. And then there's other domestics where you're sitting there and they're using the police as a hammer to go after the other spouse.
Yeah.
It's constant.
Yeah.
And they put you in a position of having to deal with it. And I tell you, for instance, you have one party saying, this person has abused me in the past, or has, say, pointed a gun at me in the past, and you leave, and something happens to that person, you're fucked. Your career, you can kiss it goodbye. Your pension, you can kiss it goodbye. It's really, you can't. There's things like, if I pull you over, well, when I was a cop, if I pulled you over, I could let you go, right? Because you have discretion, right? So I could say, hey, you ran a red light, whatever, and say, officer, I'm sorry, and I could let you go, no problem. And then there's other things where it's like, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And they put you in a position of, you have to make an arrest. And
in the olden days, you had discretion. Nowadays, you don't have any discretion. But in the olden days, you did.
That all started with the O.J. Simpson case.
Yeah.
They took discretion away from the cops, so you didn't have it. And then I mean, I forget it. I have story after story of, especially like where I worked, there was a lot of Asians, and I'll never forget, like, what would usually be was the wife was home. The guy was out at a karaoke bar until 3:00 in the morning. He's shit-faced drunk. He comes home. She gets mad at him, right? She hits him. He turns around, throws her through a wall. She calls the cops. Then we come over there, and then she doesn't want anything done because, he's the breadwinner of the family. I mean, it's just like, what are you going to do?
Asians love their karaoke, don't they? You ever notice that?
Man, yeah, they love the karaoke.
They're fucking crazy over there.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, the saddest one I ever saw, we went there, this girl, her husband broke her nose, so she's bleeding all over the place. All right? So there's blood all over, right? Some broken noses, you don't really bleed a lot, and some bleed like sieves. So anyway, but
some bleed like, yeah.
So she's bleeding all over. Well, it turns out that prior to this, she would be upstairs sleeping, and her husband would he'd pick up hookers, and he'd bring hookers back to the residence. And he would bang the hookers while she was upstairs sleeping. Well, it turns out he ends up catching HIV. And then he ends up giving his wife HIV that he got because he was banging these fucking hookers. And then we go there anyway. So there's blood all over the fucking place. And my friend, he's locking the guy up. And he's like, he doesn't have gloves on. I'm like, what the? You gotta remember, AIDS at that, you're gonna die, And I'm like, his name was Richie. I said, Richie, what are you doing, man? You gotta wear some gloves. He goes, oh no, I'm not wearing any gloves. I'm like, what the fuck is the matter with you, man? These guys are fucking crazy. Me? No, I'm a germaphobe. I'm not doing that. So it's just,
Oh God,
I can tell you stories for days.
I'm telling you, man, there's some weird shit that goes on, bro. I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to walk into that crap.
I tell you, I had one. We went there. The guy, I don't know what exactly happened prior to it, but he had hit his wife while the wife was holding the baby. The baby slammed its head against the door. I get there, the baby's head is all fucking swollen and everything. Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean that's a must arrest. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to jail,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
For a good friend of mine, Bob King, here in town, black guy. Yeah, his kid got out of prison. And, his wife told him, she said, don't bring him to the house. But it was his son, And he goes, I got to have my, he doesn't have anywhere to go, come home. So he comes home, and what does he do? He gets all wasted one night and hits Bob over the head with a chair. It gives him a big lump in the back of his head. So what does Bob do? And I told him, Bob knows me, okay? I said, Bob, why didn't you call me? I'd have took you to the hospital. What does he do? Calls 911. What happens? He gets arrested. And they let his kid, yeah. Because, in a domestic violence deal, they, arrest everybody. It's just a done deal. You got to go, you're going, and you're going, you're all going.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I said, you should have called me. I told you never to call 911. Don't ever call those guys. Call me. I'll come get you. I'll take you to the hospital. We get your head fixed up.
I tell you, you run into jobs sometimes and you're like, you can't believe the stupidity of people. And they do it. They do it because they get angry and they're not thinking at the time. And we had this girl. She was going to Harvard. Okay, and she gets her boyfriend, who's also going to Harvard, and she goes to visit her family. I think it was for Thanksgiving. It could have been Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so the father gets really pissed at her that she's got this boyfriend, that she brought the boyfriend home, and they were foreigners, right? So I guess whatever their culture was, they didn't like it. I remember her specifically. I remember just how pretty she was. I said, in my mind, I'm like, what a pretty girl she is. She had hit her father with a vacuum cleaner in the back because he was grabbing her, and I'm like, dude, this is gonna fuck this girl over. Like, if we lock her up for this, and I'm trying to talk to the father, and the father's like, fuck her, arrest her. And I'm like, you're not understanding what you're going to do to your kid right now because you had a fight. Like,
she's going to have a record, man.
Think about what you're doing. You know what I mean? And so finally I got him to agree to just let it be, you know what I mean? And it was one of the few that I probably stuck my neck out on, but I was like, you're going to fuck this kid over because you had a fight with her over a boyfriend. It's so retarded.
Yeah. And it's your daughter,
And it's your daughter. Yeah. And she goes
your daughter
to Harvard. Genius. Yeah.
Heat of the moment, man. It's always that heat of the moment shit.
What's that?
It's always that heat of the moment stuff.
Oh, man.
You get all bent out of shape and everything's like, come on, man.
Yeah, well, the other thing too is like, this wasn't. They weren't 8. They were like Eastern European, but you know, the age, like I'll never forget. Like, you know, remember they're old school,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like I had one night we go there. This girl got slapped in the face by her father, and she calls 911. And you know, she was supposed to be home. She was supposed to be home at a certain time or whatever it is. And they don't put up with that shit. Like, so if he told her to come home at 10:30 and she showed up at 12:30 at night or whatever it is, like you could probably get your ass handed to you by your old man, you know?
Yeah.
And
I definitely did growing up.
yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, you know, and it puts you like when you go to something like that, it really puts you in a bad spot.
But I forgive my dad. I wouldn't have made him get in trouble. Like he was trying to teach me to be a good woman.
Yeah, but it doesn't really. How do I say it? You know, old school people that are like old school, right? And then you have like kids, and so they're taught like I'll never forget. Like, my father, when I was a kid, man, he used to tune me up. And if I ever made a mistake, if I ever did anything wrong, my dad would just kick the shit out of you. That's just the way it was.
Right. Right.
And I remember one time he kicked the shit out of me, and I'm like, you know, I should call the cops. He goes, call the cops. He goes, I am a cop, and he kicked the shit out of me even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I totally fucking deserved it. I probably didn't deserve to get the shit kicked out of me the way he did, but you know, I probably deserved a beating.
Oh,
I mean,
got the
I've
shit
been
kicked
beaten
out
up
of me a couple
too.
times.
When I was in high school, I ran away from home and was at like a boyfriend's house for a week. And then when I got home, my dad beat the shit out of me. But like, I deserved it. Like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Like, I really deserved it. And me and my dad are best friends to this day. Like, it's not any sweat off my back. He was trying to teach me to be a good woman and not do shit like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had my ass beat a bunch of times. I was a terrible kid. Just a terrible kid.
I had my mouth washed out with soap too.
Oh yeah, me too. My
That's-
grandma did that.
That's old school.
Yeah, my parents are in their mid 70s now. And so they're older than me by a lot. So I was adopted by an older like baby boomers, basically.
Well, that's
Yeah,
it.
baby
So generations are different. So
Yeah.
like,
So I was raised by baby boomers.
put it this way, I never put my hands on my
That's
kid. I mean,
okay.
it's maybe once or twice did I give him a whack to get his attention. You understand?
Yeah.
Over all the years, but I never gave him an ass kicking. I mean, that never occurred. You know, but again, different times.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So-
never gave mine anything like that either, but I got it a lot growing up. I used to get hit in the face with a cutting board if I cussed.
Oh, cutting board.
Yeah, like a vegetable cutting board.
So like a charcuterie board.
Yeah, I was hit a lot with that. But
Oh,
I was mean to her. I did not like her. But I was
Mhm.
adopted and I had a really troubled childhood and they didn't understand what they were getting into.
And when I was a kid, and this is no kidding, my grandma, every Sunday, we had to seat the ladies at the table. If you didn't, you know, because my mother was adamant. She goes, this is how you set the table. And grandma and grandpa are coming over and you're gonna set the table and you're gonna treat them with respect. That means you'll be spoken to, but you'll be heard. We want to see you, but
You'll
we
be seen
don't
but not
wanna hear
heard.
you. Seen
Yeah.
but not heard. Oh yeah. But you know, I'm like 74, you know, so I'm pretty old. They were like, this is like really old school. Yeah. You couldn't disrespect your elders. You disrespect your elders, you got slapped in the face. I got slapped in the face one time so hard by my old man, it made my nose bleed. And that was, yeah. I mean, he cracked me a good one, man. After that, I shut up, you know.
Well, I tell you, one time my father, so I ran after my sister. He had worked at midnight, so he was exhausted. And, my mom was trying to take care of 4 kids. Uh, my sister did something. I was running after her, and he was behind a wall. I didn't see him, and he hit me. 2 things. Number 1, I saw stars. I literally saw stars, right?
Yeah.
And then it split my mouth open, right? So now he's got a problem because he can't send me to school because I'm bleeding from the mouth. You know what I mean? So I got sent to my room for the rest of the day. He wouldn't send me to school because I was worried about him getting himself in trouble for doing it. But again, I turn around and say, looking back at it, I really did deserve it at the time. But again, different generations, people are raised differently now.
Yeah,
Right.
Captain, just so you know, now I have to report every injury that my kids get because they're nonverbal, and the CPS and police will be called if they get a bruise just as a precaution nowadays. Did you know that?
So, but you send your kids to school, correct? Or are they
Yeah,
not
in
safe?
summer school, but if they get something like a weird bruise on them from maybe like bumping into something, whatever, I tell the health office and then I tell them how they got it and I tell the teacher. Just so that nobody has to call anybody because they've done it once and I learned my lesson. Now I call the health office every time.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, again, they're always going to take, a protective stance when it comes to children.
Yeah, but they got to remember those autistic people, they like to climb sometimes and they climb on crazy things and get bumped and fall off and do all kinds of weird stuff.
If I thought
So,
CPS was on the level, but I don't think they're on the level.
oh
Because I've
man,
been to court with them. I've been to family court with them. They'll sit there and testify from the gallery. They won't even take the bench. If you want them to go ahead and cross-examine, you can't. They won't get up there, and the judge goes right along with it. That's the
So-
They're
problem with the
really
judicial system.
there's been some cases where they don't even care and kids have gotten killed by their own parents and it's just so heartbreaking to see these cases fall through the cracks.
And they all look like they're on drugs. Every
But
one
I'm
of those
glad
social workers on
glad in my
CPS, they all look
particular
like they're high.
in my county, they're very strict, at least in my county. Thank God, because like there's less deaths in
There's-
my county.
They're strict because they know they can get away with bullshit, because I've seen them get away with bullshit up here plenty. I've been to family court with them. Family court
Oh
isn't
yeah,
even a
they
court. You don't
they
even have
can
a
be
court of
mean
record. That's not even
sometimes.
a court of record. You can't even get a transcript. In fact, 9 chances out of 10, the judge isn't even a judge. They're a court commissioner that got
yeah,
power from some
they're
kind of circuit.
they're an administrative judge. Well, I had this is terrible. It was July 4th, and they had a 4th of July barbecue, and they had a pool, and the kid was going down the slide in the pool and playing with everybody, right, having a grand old time. A kid, like a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old. Anyway, it's really hot out and everything, so they go inside to eat the barbecue. Kid comes inside. They lose track of the kid. The kid goes out to the pool without a life jacket, goes
Oh,
down the
no.
slide and fucking drowns.
Oh,
Yeah, while they were in there eating, and they had no clue that it had happened.
It happens.
So you can imagine just how distraught his parents were, right? So that's at like 8:00 at night or whatever the hell it is. Do you know at 1:00 in the morning, CPS is over there wanting to interview the parents, and we're like, "Fuck you, get out of
Yeah.
here, get out of here!" Like, you're not interviewing anybody tonight. Like, these parents are friggin' devastated, and you're just throwing salt on the wound. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this is not the time nor place. But then
If
again,
they got money
they have
behind them,
rules. So
if they have money behind them, if they got some, money, I mean, I'm not talking about money from the government. I'm talking about somebody is shoving money in their pocket. You can't beat them.
and if
I've
they
been to
try to
that
come
family.
to your house, just tell them, "Hey, you need to come when my lawyer is present." You need to reschedule for when my lawyer is
Lawyer
present.
ain't gonna be able to, the lawyer ain't gonna be able to do you no good. It's a family court. It's not even a court of record. And that's where they always keep it. The only way you're gonna get them is if you pull it out of family court and take it into the circuit court
Tell
and
them
come
you
up
have
with a complaint.
pink eye and your whole house has pink eye, then they can't come in.
You don't have to let anybody in your house. You know, but the fact of the matter is you're not gonna beat them, especially if there's money behind.
They have to have a
And I'm
warrant.
not talking about government money. I'm talking about private individuals who want something out of that administration. They're going to get it.
Well,
And
listen,
you know, they won't even take the stand.
well,
And then if they do take the stand, you can cross-examine them because they think, oh, nobody out here can cross-examine me. Bullshit. I have some questions. On top of that, it's not a court of record. There's no transcript. You can't even appeal. That's how ate up family court is, man. It's such a racket. That whole deal's a racket. I've been there, man. I've been there for a friend of mine a couple of times in different counties here in Wisconsin.
well, again, like
We have the
CPS,
law.
I mean, there's been times that like CPS is helps people. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
But
like
there's also
when I
time-
got
Bullshit.
adopted, and
They
I
have
was
never
taken
helped
from my
anybody.
family.
I'm sure. Well,
The only
I'm
people
sure
that
that
help
there-
it is themselves.
Well,
Well, my family was bad, and I got taken away, and I needed to be taken away.
see, well, there you go. There's an instance.
Who
It
told
does
you
happen.
that?
Mine were a bunch of drug addicts, and some of them were doing really bad things to me. And some of them were giving me drugs. And then also they had ninja stars, knives, and swords and guns all over their house. And I was a little kid, and it was all where I could reach. So when I was 5 years old, an entire SWAT team armed came in the house. And I can remember it clear as day.
Not for you.
No,
They
they
weren't
came
there
and
for you.
rescued me. What happened was they called 911, and because I saw it on TV that 911 was what you call for emergencies. So I was like playing with the phone and I called 911, and that was their final. And I talked on the phone for a minute, and I was like 4.5, 5, and that was their final excuse to come. And they came that same day.
That's
Like
good
they
you got
knew
you out
that
of it.
something was going on. Like the store next door that I used to escape to and ask for bread because I was starving.
Yeah.
There's a bakery next door and a gas station, and they're like, "I'm gonna report your family. Don't worry, we'll save you." And they did. They saved me.
Cool. Yeah, well, you were living with a bunch of criminals.
I was. I watched them shoot a dog in the head right in front of me because it bit me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Child Protective Services. Believe me.
oh, sure. But you know, you also have to remember they're liable in many instances, right? So they're in bad spots. It's and then there's times like again, like they have rules, but you got to use your fucking brain, like I said, and you know, somebody just lost their child, you know, in a drowning, and you're sitting there going there at 1 o'clock in the morning to interview the parents, like fuck you.
Fucking 1 o'clock in the morning is ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
Wait,
true
wait
story, true
until
story.
8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, yeah, you know,
Why
I
even
mean,
go there? Why
Yeah.
even go there?
yeah, you know, it's
They have nothing else to do.
No, it's so stupid. But I tell you, I mean, there was times in my career that, you know, you'd go somewhere, and yeah, I mean, we had to notify CPS, you know, and then if you didn't
Yeah.
notify CPS and something happened, then guess who's frying? You're gonna fry.
You're gonna fry.
Notify CPS, and then let them fry if something happens.
Yeah, it's called passing the buck.
You have to. You have to. You have no choice. You know, so you're put in that position.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks.
You're put in a lot of bad positions, and you have to make a decision. You know, that's the other thing. you have to make, you know, a lot of guys have difficulty making a decision. I was always very decent at it. Like I could like, hey, this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to handle it, kind of thing. But that, you know, that takes time and it takes experience, and you got to know, um,
When and
I
when
was
not.
trained by a lot of guys with a lot of time on,
Captain, I have a question. What would you do if you were called to a case where there was a car parked at a casino with an infant in the car seat, and they had been in there a long time, and a person called you to come assess that, and you looked at the surveillance, and they ended up being in there for many hours while their parents gambled. How would you treat that?
that person's getting arrested.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be nice to them. I would be so livid. I have trouble leaving my babies with babysitters, like let alone leave them in a car by themselves. Holy shit. What if somebody came and stole your car and stole the baby?
Yeah, we've had that before where somebody accidentally locked their kid in the car, but I never had somebody leave their kid in the car and just split for hours. I never. It's
I
funny,
saw it
I've
on
seen a lot of jobs. I
on
just never
YouTube.
had that job.
I seen the body cam of it, and you should see the anger on the officer's face. They were trying to hold it back, but it's so sad. And then you could see times where the officers are so angry that they just you see them cry, like the tears running down. It's really sad because sometimes you can't react. It's your job,
You have to separate yourself from a situation.
but you're just so
How mad you
angry.
are.
Like I
Yeah.
saw a case where on this OnlyFans star that streamed all the time, or streamer or whatever, starved her 2-year-old because she was so busy doing drugs and streaming. And the officers were so angry when they found that 2-year-old. I could see it on them. I knew they wanted to react, but they held their cool and they did a great job. But it's just so sad.
Yeah, you have to be
I was
professional.
I was like 20 years old, maybe 21. I was working at a fish market. I went to the Five and Dime. I don't know if you guys remember what a Five and Dime is.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm a 90s baby, 94.
I went to the Five and Dime and I walked in the store. I bought some stuff. I came back out. This lady is sitting by her car and she's screaming, I can't get in my car. Well, her baby's in the car. She left the kid in the car, right? She went
Oh,
into the
no.
Five and Dime for a couple of minutes and left the kid in the car. And then she locked the door and she left the keys in the car so she couldn't get in the car. And she was freaking out. So unbelievably enough, I had a coat hanger. And I said, don't worry, I'll get you. And I opened up, I just slid it down in between the window and the thing. Back in those days,
You
old cars.
saved her. She could have gotten in trouble.
She was so freaked out, man. I mean, like she was in tears, because
Yeah.
she couldn't get in the car. Her little baby was in the car, it wasn't hot out or anything, but she was frantic,
Yeah.
I said, I'll get, I can get, and there were a bunch of people around there. Nobody knew what to do. I thought, I got a coat hanger. I'll get the car open.
Yeah, I really feel for people in that situation, especially what if the mom is from Mexico or something and she doesn't have her legal green card or whatever. She could get in even more trouble and be deported.
She just made a mistake. We all make mistakes. Nobody's
Yeah,
perfect.
we do. Nobody's perfect. Like, everybody accidentally does something. Like one time I was watching a movie, and when my youngest son was like 2, he fell off the kitchen table, but all it took was for me to be watching that movie for 2 seconds, looking at the TV. I was watching like Easy A, and then I was like, okay, he's just playing over there on the bench. Well, he gets up on the table when I was engrossed in the movie, and then he falls off. It was so scary.
Yeah, everybody does stupid shit. I mean,
Yeah, and I
don't
was
care how
watching a
smart you are.
movie, and I was distracted. It was my fault. I should have been paying attention.
I love these people that point the finger. They're always pointing the finger, but they do stupid shit too. Everybody does stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I made the
some stupid
mistake.
shit. Yeah. It's like, okay, I've been there. I've done it. Maybe not that bad, but again, maybe it's bad. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. I locked myself out of the house once, and this was right after the fire that I was in. So I had extreme PTSD to where I'd have full on panic attacks anytime my kids got like a scratch or whatever. And like I would hear voices and shit. It was bad PTSD. And so I was locked out of the house because I let the dog out and I was filling her bowl with food and stuff. And because I feed her outside so that the kids don't get involved with her food. And I got locked out and I freaked out and I found the smallest window, which is in the master bedroom bathroom. And I busted it open with a rock instead of using a shovel or a sack.
Break the window. Oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
used a fucking rock with my hand instead of throwing the rock. I used it and I punched it, and like I had to get 22 stitches all over my body. I fucked up both
Oh.
hands. They were sliced wide open. My neighbor, who's Hispanic and doesn't even speak English, the abuela that lives across the street, because there's a whole Hispanic family, just the abuela doesn't, and grandpa they don't speak English. And she was the one to help me call 911.
God. I
But
damn
yeah,
near
I
locked
made it
myself
through
out
the
of house
window,
other
and
day.
I got to the kids. I busted. I had cuts all over my stomach from climbing through the broken window. I wasn't about to leave them in the house alone. The oven was on. I was making breakfast. You know, like monkey bread.
Yeah.
It's this cinnamon bread that's like a breakfast bread. I was making that in the oven, and like, yeah. So
Oh,
the
I
oven
damn
was
near
on.
locked
I was like,
myself
I'm
out of the
not
house
leaving
the other
them in
day.
there with that oven on. So I busted through any way I could.
Yeah, I do stupid shit all the time. I damn near locked myself out of the house the other day.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Do you have a way in, a secret way in? Because I have a
Yeah.
secret
Well,
way
you know what
in.
I have to do?
I have 2 secret ways in.
I have to go in the garage, get a ladder, go up and put it on the porch, which is like about 13 feet. Put it up there and go. See, because this house used to be a duplex at one time. So my bedroom has a porch and it has a door. And I never lock the upstairs door because who's going to get up there without a ladder? You can't get up there. So
Yeah, nobody's gonna do that unless they think you're rich and have all these treasures. to steal.
right. So, you know, I've had to. I can't say that I haven't done it. I've done it. I've locked myself out a couple of times. You know, shit.
Yeah, we all do it. It's an accidental thing. I wonder. I should have called maybe the fire department. They could have let me in a lot easier.
Well, if you'd have thrown the rock and broke it, you wouldn't have cut
I know.
yourself.
I was fucking stupid, but I was having a full blown panic attack, and when you have that, and you can't hardly breathe. Yeah, I couldn't breathe. I was getting flashbacks from the fire. Like it was bad. And so
Okay.
I just didn't think.
I know. I've been there. Oh, poor Kay.
Yeah, this was
Doggone it.
2020.
That sucks.
Yeah, well, that was tough. But I mean, I recovered. I mean, Grandma helped me change diapers for a couple of days, but within like 2 days, I was able to change diapers again. The stitches weren't as
That's
bad. They
cool.
just got itchy after a while.
Do you use like regular diapers or did you use like pamper diapers?
So I use like pull-ups with them. With one of them at that time, they were a lot younger, so it was diapers, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I washed a lot of diapers, man.
Oh, so you had the cloth diapers.
Yeah, I had the old cloth diapers, and my mom would
I
say,
remember
"Listen,
those.
yeah, go
Yeah,
down and do the laundry."
I had cloth
Yeah.
diapers when I was little too. But like, yeah, they, yeah, it was I'm glad I recovered from that because, like, I sliced one of my fingers completely in half, diagonally, of course, not horizontally. But it was so bad that the flap that was hanging off of it, you could see the whole bone from tip to the knuckle.
Wow.
Yeah, the my neighbor was like almost threw up when she saw my hand. And my nana, who spent 6 hours, God bless my nana, she passed away last year. It was really hard on me. But my nana, she spent 6 hours with me in the emergency room, and she's like, cover that thing up. She put a washcloth over it. She couldn't even look at it. And then the other hand was split open to where you could see the bone in the hand part, not the finger part.
Wow. How old was
Yeah,
she?
and I was bleeding all over the emergency room, and she had to scream at them to get them to take me back.
How old was your Nana?
My nana, when she passed, she was like 83, 84. I started my YouTube channel with her in 2020. A lot of my beginning YouTube videos, perfume
No
videos,
kidding.
are with her. We shared the perfume hobby, and I got her into perfumes, and it was so special. Like, she was one of my favorite humans.
Cool.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
really lucky to have her.
She believed in you and loved you.
Yeah, I was so lucky. Like, she was really cool. She was like the nicest human ever. She yeah, she's just really special.
Yeah. Yeah, that it's tough when you lose somebody like that, man, because it's like a part of you goes with them.
I know, because there's no replacing somebody that cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's life.
it's not very often in life you find somebody that's like super amazing and cool and funny and just has all these amazing traits. I mean, usually you find people with amazing traits, but then they have a lot of bad qualities too. She did not have that. Her bad
Yeah,
quality was that she liked food too much, but that's not a bad quality. I went to eat with her a lot.
it's not a bad quality at all.
No, yeah. She just was a little bit overweight in her old age, which made it harder for her to move around.
Yeah,
But
that's
we
what
loved
happens.
food. I take her out to Greek food, which she didn't get very often, and she loved. I take her out to this place called Farmer Boys, which is farm fresh food from different farmers locally. And like, I took her to her favorite restaurant all the time. It's called the Cafe Royal. No, not Cafe Royal. It's called Flo's Cafe. She didn't like Cafe Royal, but she loved Flo's Cafe. That was her favorite. And we go there for breakfast or lunch, and I'd bring the boys, and she'd get to see them. It's just really special. I loved her. It was so special, because my grandma died in 2015, and she was super special, and I loved her so much. And then Nana came into my life in 2014. So Nana sort of took over that role that my grandma had, and so she was like my second grandma.
Right, right. Yeah, and what's cool about those people? When they're older like that, they go to those markets because they're cognizant to the mechanisms of indigenous eating. And that means like if you're like within 25 miles of the food that's growing, it's way better for you than
Oh
like
yeah,
if you
she
buy
got
stuff.
organic all the time, man. She was
Yeah.
on top of the organic farm fresh. Yeah, she was good at that, and she couldn't have goat, or she couldn't have cow's milk, so she would always go out of her way to get goat's milk, which sometimes it was super hard for her, so I would drive long distances to bring her goat's milk. And towards the end, the last few years of her life, I did all the grocery shopping for her and the kitchen cleaning and the vacuuming.
Yeah, I don't drink milk. Haven't drunk. I don't have milk for anything. I just don't drink it. Too
It's
hard to
not good
digest.
for adults. It's really good for children and kids and maybe
Right.
teens, but it's not good for adults. We're just growing
Yeah,
wider. We're not going to grow any taller.
yeah, no kidding. You know, our bones aren't going to get any stronger. You know.
We're
Yeah, I
just going
used
to get
to
diarrhea.
milk. You know, I guess it's good for making
Do you know
macaroni and cheese or something like
some people love sushi, but like I've had
I-
sushi several times. I like California rolls, but every time I have sushi, I either get food poisoning or diarrhea. I'm not doing sushi
That's
no more.
because
I
you're
like
not supposed to.
California roll.
You're not supposed to eat raw fish. I mean, it's not good for you.
Like why? Like it doesn't even taste good.
No, it doesn't. It sucks. Raw fish
The thing
sucks.
that tastes good is the soy sauce and the wasabi and the ginger.
Yeah. Well, that's why they put soy sauce on it, because you couldn't eat it otherwise.
I know exactly. It tastes like garbage.
It is garbage. No, man, there's all kinds of doggone, parasites in that meat, man. I don't give a shit. I'm not eating.
Yeah, especially after Fukushima erupted and they had all of that nuclear waste in the ocean in
Right.
Japan. Like they've destroyed the ocean after that. Like seafood's not as good as it used to be. Back when
Well,
my mom's ancestors were young, they would talk about how they used to be able to walk across. You throw this certain herb into the river, and it causes the salmon to float up, and you could walk across the backs of the salmon.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, back in the day, there was that many salmon in the Klamath River Basin of California.
Wow. California, man. A lot of people
They
talk
hate
shit
on
about
it. It's
California,
the
man.
most
I
amazing
think,
state in the entire US. Like you guys can all
man,
hate on it. I'm from Oregon, but California literally has everything. You go to Northern California, it's like this mysterious, mystical
I
tree
know,
area.
man. It's
And then you
cool
go to
as shit,
Southern
man.
California and you get the cities and the people. And there's mountains, there's beaches, there's everything you can get. There's like
Everything.
so much to
Everything.
do.
Yeah, yeah. California is cool as hell.
Yeah, I love
Yeah, I
it
lived
here.
up. Hey, man, it's cool, man. A lot of people rip. Oh, and they have the desert too, which is really cool.
I love the
mean,
desert, especially like Joshua Tree. They have all those special cactuses. They're protected species, and they're so cool looking. They're like jagged and cool. And then there's this rock out in Joshua Tree called Landers Rock, where this guy used to live underneath of it back in the day. And then there's like this whole conspiracy where they exploded it and got him out of there, and he was a Russian spy or something. But yeah, it's a really cool history of the area. And like Palm Springs is mid-century modern, and Marilyn lived there, Elvis lived there, a lot of people live there. It's just such a special place. It's so clean. There's no homeless people, and everyone is kind, and the food is delicious.
I know, man, it's cool as hell. But some people have that, that's when I hear people say, shit about California. It's like, you probably never been there, but it's cool as shit,
It's so much fun. There's so much to do.
Mhm.
It's always entertaining. There's always a club. There's always an event. There's so many community things you can do. There's lakes, there's rivers, there's the beach, there's mountains, there is desert, there is forests. It's just everything you can think of all in one giant, probably one of the largest states in the United States.
Yeah, yeah, it's bigger in Texas. You know what's cool about the desert is you can sit out there at night and look at the stars, and they're
I know that's
endless.
like the
It's
best
fucking
part. You could see
endless, man.
shooting stars, you could see
I know, man.
constellations. All right, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna head to bed soon, Peter. It's almost 10, but I really appreciated your time and your presence, as well as my friend John. John Captain and Coke. He's amazing. He's a police officer. I appreciated Anna, who's a teacher, and she's amazing and super smart. I appreciated
Yeah,
our
cool.
new guest, Muddy, as well. That was interesting.
Yeah, you're cool, Kay. Thanks, man. I had a
Thank
good
you. I
time talking to you.
appreciate you. And I will see you in the next live. All right, everyone, have a great night. Bye.
Okay, take care, babe.